there is an element of, oh, really? Well, let me show you. You're so afraid of something within me. Well, by all means, let me deliver on your worst nightmare. Let me just excel beyond what you even think is possible. You know, there is that to it as well. Learning to love your haters, learning to appreciate people who decide that they're in competition with you, even though you may not even know who they are or know anything about them. And you may be the kind of person like myself who isn't interested in competing with anyone but yourself. I'm just trying to be the best me possible, and I'm really not trying to outdo anyone else. It's a full time job just trying to deliver on the things that I think I'm supposed to be doing. But you have people who, for whatever reasons, feel like they either want to compete with you or they feel threatened by you, whatever it is, they kind of instantly take a immediate hating to you, and they will do everything in their power to thwart you in any way that they can. How do you navigate that, especially if it's someone who is empowered in some way or has, you know, a position in whatever hierarchy that you encounter them in? If they have a position in that hierarchy that's higher than you, how do you navigate it? And I kind of, I won't say I cracked the code, but I think I cracked the code. I think I may have cracked the code. And that is that um, you do your absolute best to excel despite them, and you never let them pull you out of your character. You never lower yourself to their level. And if they are successful in thwarting you, then you see it as destiny. You see it as a positive sign that you were not meant to be there, a positive sign that that door was not meant to open for you, and that there's a better door ahead. And all throughout the process of, you know, grappling with this demon, this like demon of jealousy really is what's, I think, the monster that's underneath it all. When you're grappling with it, there is a way that you can kind of alchemize that energy. What that's about, or the way to do that, is to see it as fuel, to see their opposition as a catalyst for your growth. Case in point, the impetus for me to start the channel at the moment I did was because I was under so much duress from a force like this, from someone who just really wanted to make my life as difficult as they possibly could, and wanted to make sure they got in my way in every way possible. Mind you, this is someone who doesn't even really know me personally or anything like that, but they just took an instant disliking. I think because in some way they felt threatened, or in some way they had in their own biases that they brought to our interaction. And I just really irritated their demons. I really rankled their soul in some way. So they just were like, she must suffer. I must cause suffering for her. That's what they decided. And so that's what they tried to do. Luckily, I recognized that energy coming from them immediately. So I never personalized it. I um, never took it to heart. And so it never affected me on a deep, deep level, but they definitely caused a lot of unnecessary aggravation. But the good part is, I just took it as, okay, this is a sign. I'm not supposed to be here anymore. I'm supposed to be doing my own thing. I'm not supposed to be in a position where anyone has this kind of power over me anymore. And so that gremlin beast ended up being really my greatest champion in a way, because they were the impetus for me to start. And in my head, the way I would deal with all of the antics of this person, it was a female, the way I dealt with her antics is that I would say, she's my evil coach. She's my evil catalyst. She's my, you know, demon coach. And so whenever she would do anything that was undermining, or she would lie about me or try and slander my name. She did all kinds of things to try and hurt my reputation. I would just say, wow, okay, evil coach stepped up her game, so I've got to step up my game. I've got to get my channel started. I've got to get my book published. I've got to do all of these things because I can't be in a position where someone like this has any power to affect me at all. So I think that's where learning to love your haters comes from, is you appreciate the push that they give you. Because had she not been so, adamantly dedicated to causing problems for me, I wouldn't have been forced into a corner where I had to act. That's the takeaway. Like that's the good in it. That's what you have to do with people like that, or with circumstances like that. You have to say, okay, this is happening to force me into some change that I need to be making. And also, there is an element of, oh, really? Well, let me show you. You're so afraid of something within me. Well, by all means, let me deliver on your worst nightmare. Let me just excel beyond what you even think is possible. There is that to it as well. So you have to be able to re-engineer their attack and turn it into a pep rally, essentially. Please share if you've had a situation where even maybe at the time you couldn't see it, but in hindsight, you look back and you realize, you know what? I actually was able to turn a situation around. I actually was able to take hate and negativity that came at me and turn it into something positive. I can see now in hindsight that it was the catalyzing force. It was the thing that made me grow. It was the thing that forced me to change. And sometimes it's not pretty, sometimes it's painful and it's ugly. But when it's all said and done, that hater, that force of opposition, that ugliness force you to create something beautiful. And maybe that's why it's happening. That's why you have to see it, I think. Just even talking about this topic and being able to share it, I feel is so powerful. And it wouldn't have happened without that demon trying to put her foot on my neck. So thank you, Miss Demon. Spinning off of this hate topic, I guess another component of it is when you start getting that kind of opposition against you. And it will happen as you continue to improve yourself and you continue to grow. Eventually, you just become too large for the situations that you're in because you're not supposed to be in them anymore. You're you're literally stretching the bounds and the constraints of the environment that you're in. And that's going to cause tension and problems. So, what I've come to understand is that if you are meeting with opposition everywhere and you're just on site, like immediately having hostility come at you for no apparent reason, it's because you've already grown too large for the circumstance. It's because you are a leader and not a follower. It's because you're supposed to be on your own path and that you can't follow a traditional route anymore. I've been underestimating myself. I'm not supposed to be following a path. I'm not supposed to be managed. I have to do my own thing. And that's a beautiful thing. Thinking for yourself isn't something that is really encouraged in our society. So being a follower is usually what is the program you're fed. So it sometimes takes something really, frankly, traumatizing for you to shake off the programming and say, wait a minute, there's so much more that's possible for me. And there really is. If a tremendous hostile force comes and acts against you, I think it's very likely that the right interpretation is that you're meant for something so much greater. And that's why it's happening, because you're actually way too large for the small mindedness of the environment. And you need to go. And you need to be happy it pushed you out, because it's pushing you towards something that's even more amazing. And that's it. So that's how you love your haters. You see them as a catalyst for your growth. You take all that they put against you and use it as fuel to move forward faster. Meditation transformed my life and inspired me to build a community by starting this channel. I want to encourage and inspire others to embark on this practice, because I believe that if we all spent more time stilling our minds and looking within, we'd see revolutionary positive change ripple throughout the world. I created the Everyday Mindful Meditation Journal to foster the spread of this profound practice. It's a 6-week daily journal and tracker filled with gentle prompts and beautiful imagery that will bring gratitude, mindfulness, and self-care into each day. I've also created a corresponding series of 42 guided meditation videos, one for each journal entry day. The 6 weeks of daily meditation series will begin uploading daily on this channel soon. All videos in the meditation series will be completely ad-free. Join me. I look forward to sitting with you.